Hello and welcome to taik18. I'm Mohammad Adnan, and in this video we are going to discuss about one product which I really love a lot. The reason is because of its simplicity and its usability. So even though I'm doing whatever the video series so far for the Microsoft products, but this one special is not from Microsoft. Even though I am a Microsoft fan, but the way how this application is, I am very much like this product. I'm using it on my daily regular basis. So I thought it can be useful for you people as well. And this is also helps a lot in my regular activities. So I thought to make a video on this as well. So without wasting further time, let me share my screen. So if you're new to this channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, I please request you to subscribe to my channel because I need lots of your subscriptions to improve further grow on my channel. So if you have seen this my screen, hope you are aware of that. But if it is not, then the tool is Notion. So Notion actually a new company product which is not from Microsoft. Even though this is not a new, this is already available since very long. But recently I started using this for my productivity purpose, and it is really helping me a lot. So even though this is on a black mode, so let me turn this on to a light mode so that it is easy for my recording. All right. So good. So you can see this is my home screen, and here I can just have a look of my projects and everything what I am currently working on and what are the stages of those projects. And also I have a different link on project, task and activity. I can just navigate from here and also go inside to that so that I can have a look into that inside to that information. That's really powerful and amazing thing which it has. And not only that, it has a multiple functionalities as well, which we are going to discuss further on this video. So if I go to this website of Notion, so this is dot here notion.so, and this is millions of run Notions every day. That's absolutely fine because these are the companies those who are using the Notion on a regular basis. So it really cut down all your manual work access and everything. I have a conclusion at the end of this video. Please watch this video till the end so that I can get to you a conclusion on this one. Why the justification I can say on my point of view. So it can be used by multiple people like enterprise, small business or personal, as well as not only that, it can be useful for the designing, engineering, product managers kind of thing. And if you look into the pricing for this one, for a single user, for organizing every corner of your work and life, it is free for everything. You can also use the collaborative workspace, you can integrate with Slack, GitHub, and more. And you can also use the basic page analytics and everything. But if you're going for a higher for your company kind of thing, then you can opt for multiple plans here. It also has an amazing AI functionality with this one so that it can summarize your activity and everything. It helps a lot to for do this kind of activity as well. Like if you want to write a book, then you have a topic, but you don't know the detail about it, then you can just type a question. It will give you the answers like how we do it on ChatGPT. So it has its best AI, I can say. So it clearly gives the information about how and what are those informations are based on your prompt. So prompt is also here the mandatory thing. I mean, the important thing. So you also need to make sure that you're giving the best prompt on this one. But that's a separate cost. You can see it here, Notion AI. So you need to use this one to add to any paid plan at $8 per member. That's beautiful. So you have multiple things here. You can also upload files and everything. The only drawback which I have seen here is adding an image like kind of collaborative thing here. Everything we can do is collaborative with multiple users. Like if you have a team member, you can also collaborate on the real time what you're working on the project. Like if you want to use the brainstorming thing, you can also do that. But only thing which I found a little bit missing here, maybe it will come up in future, but not as of today while I'm recording this video, is it doesn't have option that I can scribble on the screen itself. I need to use some other tools like Paint or whiteboard or any other tool, and then I just copy and paste that image here. I'm just looking for something which I can directly use it inside to this Notion itself, which is missing here. So now, before going into the conclusion part, I just want to tell you now itself. So Microsoft recently introduced the loop options in Microsoft, right? Yeah. It is actually similar to this Notion as well. There are lots of videos available on the web, which comparing this Notion and Loop kind of thing. So Loop is basically a product from Microsoft, and it can integrate with all other Microsoft products. That's amazing, right? So that has a cool feature. But the way how the Notion works, if you compare between these two things, I can give as of today the possibilities which I can do it from the Notion or the Loop perspective. I can say Notion has a higher advantage on that. The reason is because we can create databases on the Notion, and we can manipulate our data in any angle, and we can reuse the data in any other relation with other database as well. That's, I think, the really powerful thing on Notion when compared to other thing, which is similar. We can create multiple projects, we can create pages and sub pages, we can create bullets, to-do list, and also we can also use the tables and everything that is possible on both of them. And then we can also use the sync option, which is exceptional in Loop, that we can sync in Outlook, Word, and then Loop, and everywhere the same component. That's really amazing. We can also use it on inside the Teams, but this is actually a separate product, so we cannot use that option. But they have introduced an option like sync component, which you can use it on multiple places with this component. So that's also cool, but not compared to Loop. So advantage of the Loop is here, and also about the Notion database here. I will show you here how we can proceed with this Notion. Notion comes with online version as well as your desktop version as well. You can also download your desktop version. So here right now I have opened up here, this is a desktop version, where I can see it here on the left. We have this menu here where you can have a setting option as well. And we can also create that all teams here. We can also create a workspace kind of thing, which is we call it here as the team space. And we also have a private option where we can create multiple things, whatever we want. I have created this many projects here, but we are now discussing on this one, which is the team space. Here also we can create multiple projects. Inside of that, we can create multiple things. So the main thing here is, one of the main thing I can say is like, we can create databases however we want. We can create multiple columns. We can add now, or we can also add later. We can add, remove, everything. We can do it on these projects, and we can also link with other projects as well. I mean, other databases as well. That's how it can be done. So, for example, I'm into now taik18 workspace, and then if I click on this plus icon, then it is asking me to create a blank or browse from template. If I click on browse from template, there are tons of available templates are available. So you can also select from these options what you need based on your requirement. It's not only covers on your productivity, but it also covers on your marketing, on your engineering, on your design, startup operations, sales, recruiting, HR, IT, and individuals as well. So for now, I'm just using it for my productivity purpose because I'm working on multiple projects, and also have my YouTube thing as well. So I'm also doing some other things as well. So I need to track on all my activities, even my personal home things as well. I'm tracking on everything on this one. I'm assigning it to myself and just using this as kind of follow-up, so I can not load my brain. I can just keep this Notion as a main thing, and then I can reuse everything on that. So let's, as an example, we can just create from a blank itself. So click on this one and then click on blank. So here's the thing. So even though I'm just giving you this demo and everything, but the thing which I have learned it from other YouTubers as well. So Thomas Frank is the one which I have learned a lot about this Notion and formulas. The thing, he's actually done a brilliant job in creating this content, and he also has separate videos on that. I recommend you to please watch his videos as well. And if you click on blank, then it is created a new project here. You just need to click on title here. I'll just give it here taik18 YouTube demo. That's the name of this one. And it's asking us to create what are the things. Here we can use an empty page, or we can ask AI to do the job, or we can also use the import option or template, or we can also create tables or many more. I just use empty here for now, and then I will just type it here. This is start of the page, and this is end of the page. That's it. And we just need to use the enter. It will create single lines here. And if I click on this one and then click on plus, then it is asking you about multiple options. You can also use by using this slash icon. It will give you the options available which we have: text, page, to-do list, headings, tables, and also toggle list, code here, and also many things which is you can also add videos and images as well. And also we can also file here, but this is a personal thing, so it's a limitations on that. We cannot upload more than 5 MB of the file size. And here is the my favorite part, which is databases. So here we can create a table view or everything, or if you want to add a new database, you can also do that as well. And then we have a blocks and also the advanced features about this one. Today we're not going to cover the advanced one. We'll just focus on the basics important thing. So clicking here and then click on databases. It is asking you about add a new inline database to this page or add a full page to this one. So let's start with the inline itself. It will add within this page. If it is a full page, then it will override and then create everything on the big screen. So click on this one and then we have options here to full width. So I just want to align it to be full width here. That's cool. And you can also give it a name here. So I'll just keep everything as a YouTube itself. So YouTube base 1. That's the name of this one. And we have a name of the database here, YouTube base 1. So this is the view actually. So we can just rename it here, base 1 underscore all. All right. And these are the default column which it has taken, which is name and tags. So here what you can do, let's for example, we are creating a project and then we are creating an task to that project. And also I just want to know the daily status of their project, or at least the recent status of those projects. So that if you look into this one, my home screen, and also if I click on the projects here, you can also go it from the left menu, or also we can click it from this one. So click on this taik18 project, then you can see we have a project name and the tags of the project and also the status and also recent task which I completed on that one, and also the recent activity which I had it here. So this is the information which I need. So I can just go through this one on a daily basis. Oh, these are the things which it is done, and these are the things which is going on, and I'm aware of that project status. So that's how it's cool. And we can also document all the things step by step, however you want. If everything is customizable, there are templates available. You can make use of that, and you can also customize those templates as well. But if you don't want the template, you just need to create it on your own. You can also do that, like how we are doing it now. So here we need to add few things, which is basically the taik18 demo, right? So I just need to add here the project name. Just click on the name, and we can just rename it here to be project name. And then we need to use the okay, we need to use this tag here. Instead of tag, I'll just use it this one as a status of the project. And also we can edit the property. If you click on the edit the property, then we have a multiple things here. If you click on type, then we have a text, number, select, multi-select, and then status and the date, everything here. We have multiple things, and roll up and relation and formula is also a cool feature which we are going to today. We're going to use this one. So clicking on the status here, then we have option here to do, in progress, or done. So we'll keep this as a short itself. So that's fine. And also if you want to add the thing which is status, we have a project, we just need the task and then the activity, right? So that is separate thing. The task is separate database, activity is also separate database. And these two of them we'll add it into the projects. That's how it will work. So we can add a thing here, click on this one. Every row it will be add a new page actually behind the scene. So this will be like YouTube demo of Notion. That's a project. And here if you click on this one, we have option here. So it is in progress. So that's what I want to do here, and that's it. If you click on, if you see this one, it has added a new underline kind of thing, which is basically it is a page inside to the page, this one. If you click on this open, then it's going to add a new page for me, and I can add the content of this one. So I can add, like for example, introduction to Notion, and then demo of Notion. I can add many things here. If I click on this one, then it will also give me these options where I can select it from here. So I can play with this one. So this is a project. I can also give the brief about the project and what are the steps which you need to do it here. What are the discussion which is happening on a daily basis with the customer. Everything we can add inside to this one. Is everything is on our thought actually how we want. We can make use of that. All right. So this is the thing which it is done. And the next thing here, I want to create another thing which is basically the task and activity. So you can just click on this plus icon and then same thing here. I will just use YouTube demo, right? So YouTube task. I'll just tip here and then click on empty page, and here I'll just use the database here. which is also the same inline, which I want to give it here. I can also expand this, or I can also keep this inside to this one itself. So this should be, I can rename it here to be all task. And if I click on this plus sign, then we just need to type it here, which is basically YouTube task. And we can just name it here as a task name, which is basically demo, live demo of Notion. And here you can use the tag if you want. If you don't want, then you can also click here and then delete the property. It will delete the property here. And now if you want to add this task to the project, then you need to have a relation between the task and the project. So how it can be done is just click on this plus icon. Then it is going to add up a new one, new column. You need to type here as a relation. You can see this option, click on this one. And here you will see the list of available databases which you have. So here I need to select the one which is YouTube based one. You can see it here on the left side, which we just created here. If I click on this one, then it is asking me about related to YouTube based one. There is a no limit, means I can add multiple projects on this one, or I can just add a one task for one item. Actually, it is one itself. So for one task, it will be one project, but for one project, it can have multiple tasks. So you want to show this on the YouTube base. Yeah, I want to show it here. Then if you click on this one, and you can also see it on this one, which is YouTube task, and this one, it is two-way direction. And click on add relation. It's going to add a new column for you. And then if you click on this one, it will give you the list of available projects inside to that particular database. So even though you can see two blanks here, I think it is already there. There are 3 rows which is coming up by default. You can also see it here, first, second, and third. That's why it is showing up untitled here. But I'm just selecting the first one on this one. All right, this is done. And you can also click on the side one. You can also see it here. I'm right now on the YouTube base. You can see this one task is added and it's showing up also here. That's cool. And you see this is the one which is showing up here on the blank. So what I can see, I will just add another 2 projects, which is I can say YouTube demo of Power BI and also YouTube demo of Power Automate or Power Apps. All right, so this is the status which is not started, and this is also not started here. And here you can click on this one. You can also select the project which is not right. So we just need to go back on this one task, and we can also add multiple tasks here. So the same thing I want to give here, live demo of Power BI, and then a live demo of Power Apps. So here, if you click on this one, now it should see the other things, which is live demo of Power BI, and click here and then live demo of Power Apps. And if you want to add a new task as well, which is edit Notion demo video. And if I click on this one, I'm selecting it again on here. Now, if I click here and if I select on this one, then it's going to replace the values here because we just use a single option here. But if I go back here, now I should see 2 tasks has been added on this Notion one, which is also showing up here. That's really cool. So this is amazing. So the next thing here we need to do is the activity. So what are the communication which is being happening within our team on the project status, as well as if you are happening something on your client side, then what are the steps which you need to follow? You can document everything over there. For this also, you need to create a database. Again, clicking on this plus sign and then just give it here as a YouTube activity and an empty page. And also I would like to add here as a table, this database. Yeah, inline database here. And I can give it name here YouTube activity. And also this is all activity. All right, so here we need to give the name. So name is the first column which is coming up by default. So what are the activities here? So list out all the points to discuss during the video. All right, so you want to tag, you can also use that. If you don't, then that's fine. So I just click here and then delete this property as well. And then add a new one. And I'm just want to add this to relation. So relation this one and adding it on the YT page, which is the project one. Here also the same thing. For one activity, it will be one itself. So it will be one here, and then also show it on the YT base, add relation. We are just adding relationship between this activity as well as the project one. So clicking on this one, and this also to be Notion one. So now if I go back to the base one, I also see the new column added here, which is YT activity, and you can also see this activity here. That's cool. So here is the activity. And if I go back now to the activity, so I would like to add all the thing here, list points of Power BI and list points of Power Apps. I'll just add an activity here, but if I go back now, and also you can assign it from here as well. So list of, this is for Power BI and this is for Power Apps. If I go back to activity, now it will update automatically here. So that's how it will work. So if you add a relationship between the two tables, between the two databases, then you can also do it from here or there. It is going to update in both the direction because we have enabled that option with both the directions. That's cool so far. So here is a list out here, and we also have a kind of template inside the template. So this is a kind of template now. And if you want to add new templates, for example, if I click on this new here, and then here is option to new template. If I click on new template, then you can give it a name here, for example, new projects. And then for starting up the project, what do you want to assign this one? You can click here and then use the not started as a default option. And if you want to assign it to some activity, you can also do that. If you don't, then you can just keep it blank. And other things here, like in this bottom, so I just want to give the introduction about introduction of the project, and then list of tasks, for example, and then what to say, we can also use some documents if you want, kind of thing. So I'll just save this one as a new projects here, and then if I go back now, and also if I click on the new icon, I can see these new projects here. All right, if I just click on this new tab here, and then I'm adding this as a project one, if I hit enter, and then if I click on this open, then it is asking me about how you want to start here. If I click on new project, then the initial step which we did here, like status is not set to not started again, and introduction of the project, list of tasks, document, everything is now predefined for me here. That's really cool, right? So I can also make use of these settings. Whenever I create a new project, then it's going to apply this template. So everything will set up here. That's so cool. So if you want to customize that, again, click on this one and then go to new projects and also click on edit. Here you have the list of tasks, right? That you want to show you the list of. So here, this is the list of tasks. So you want to get the task database here. So for this, if I click on /now and table, database. So add a table view or a new existing on the diagram. So click on this one. So here, this is going to give you this list of available which you have. You can just click on the YT task because I want to show the task here. And here you have a filter option. Let's click on this filter icon and how you want to filter. You want to filter it by name or base. So click on the base one. And here the name is new projects. Just click on the new projects. That's it. And if you click on save, then save for everyone because you are in the teams one. If you're using it for personal, then this will not get this options. Then you will not get this option. And this is what I added here as a new task here. And introduction, that is fine. And you want to add the status as well. Project, we don't need the project status, right? Yeah, if you need one, we can also do the same process. So just click on this one and table, add a table view from the database menu, and then YT activity here. Same thing, we just need to click on the filter icon and it has to be by projects. That's it, and save for everyone. So we have now introduction, project status, and the list of tasks and other things. That's cool. So what we will do now, we'll just delete this project, for example. Okay, and here we'll just use as a project 2024 _1. And I want to add a new task for this one. So going on this one, just make it a little bit full width, Okay, new task. So list out content of project 2024_1. And this I want to assign it to the project, which is 2024. Cool. And also I want to add so initial discussion with the client. Here also I'm selecting to this project 2024. Alright, if I come back now to the base, let's rename this to be projects. Okay, now this looks good. YT, I think we need to rename this project YT projects. Okay, got it. So here you see it is added here activity as well as YT task. And now if I click on open and here I select new projects, then this is set up here, the activity to be not started. And also, I mean, the status to be not started. And also you see the activity which is showing up here as a project. And also there is one task is added here. That's so cool. So even if we add furthermore, if I go back here now to the task and then add out here, like do a POC for transport project and adding it to the same one. And if I click over to the project, then I can see this two of them are added here for this project. And if I open up the project, then I should see these two projects as well. That's beautiful. So it is added here. And also if I add it from inside the project here, do a POC, right? So here it has to be create an invoice in the ERP for demo. And also, if you notice, I don't need to select the project again. If I click on the plus icon, get auditor approval. This project is automatically assigned to this one. That's how amazing. And also, it is being added here on the project screen. And if we also go to the task here, it is also added to these projects as well. Now, if I click on the plus icon and then I want to keep the status of these projects, I can also use this multi-select option if you want to select multiple, or if you want to use a single, you can also use single select here. So here, if you click on select, and I'll just give it name here, status, and add an options. This has to be to do. And then I can also use in progress and done. So if you want to add multiple, you can also do that. Here, I would like to select these options as a kind of to do. And you can also select this thing as a multiple. If I click on this one and then shift down arrow, and if I click on any of these and done, it's not happening. So you can just click here and then you just hit the to do and then clicking on these things and update here. You can also use drag and drop, or you can also click on this icon. On the top, you have this option YT base, or you want to update the status. So I want to update the status here as an in progress. That is fine. If I go to a project, I may not able to see the status, but if I open up the project here, then is that column added? Yeah, the column is added here, which is showing up here as well. So if you want to change this one to be done, for example, and if I go to the task here, then it will be added here. That's so amazing and beautiful. And you can also set up the project status, that is fine. So now we also have an option about to create multiple views for this one. So let's say, for example, you want to create a task, I mean, the view, which has to show only the in progress one. So click on the plus sign. It will create a new view. And you have multiple options here. You can also click on the board view. It will also show you on this way. Or you can also use the timeline. If you set up to a date, it will show up in a clear date format. You can also make use of the calendar. You can also show it on the list, or you can also show it on the gallery view here. That's beautiful. So I'll just keep this as simple, which is the table. And here you have option whether you want to group these things or not. So basically, I don't want to group this one. So done here, we also have a group options, how you want to group the thing. I don't want to group anything. So select these options and click on none. So it will be now showing up this way. And on the top, you see we have a filter. So clicking on this filter, and I want to filter it by status. So click on the status here and only in progress. So click on this one and save for everyone. Just rename this here. Click on this one and rename, which is in progress task. All right, this is so cool. If you want to use this on your project, so for example, on the project, if I edit this one, if you are using it from a template, then it is not necessary that you have to use this compulsory, but you can also customize after that as well. So here, if I click on this bottom here and then click on table view again from this one, and here, if I select this again, the task, it is asking me about which view you want to add it here. You want to use all tasks or in progress. If I click on in progress, then it will show me only the in progress value, which is available on the new view in the task project, the task database. That's how amazing, right? So you can just play around from here, there, and here and there kind of thing. All right. So these are the things which I just wanted to show you on this demo. But the next important thing here is we have a project here and status. So what I wanted to show here, the recent task which we completed, as well as the status of this one. If I recent status, basically. If I go to my old one, because I did here everything just now, so this will not be much effective. But if I go to my old one, which is I have it here, taik18 activity, then you should see I have this activity. So I will just give you the workaround about this one. So I have the same thing, which is projects, task, and activity. And this is the project name and the tags, which is from Power BI or Notion kind of thing, and the status of the project. And two of them are basically the formula column, not the relation column. It's a formula column, which I'll show you in a moment. And the next database which I have is task one. Here is the task name and the status and from where it is project. So you can see this is a relationship icon. So this is coming from the project table database. And if I click on activity, it's the same. What is the date of the activity and what is the project which series you have worked on and what is the information about that. So this is the activity and this is the date on which is showing up here. The cool thing, and this is also connected with the relation on the project side. Now, if I click on the project, I see these two formula here. You can just click on the plus icon and then you need to select your formula and you can type your formula here on the edit bar here. The formula is a little bit kind of the same thing which you can use it on the Excel, but has a little bit different functionality, but it's easy, not a kind of complicated one. So I can just click here and delete a property. So here is the one which is I have already added, which I want to show the recent task which we did here. So click on this one. This is the formula which I have added. To see it here, you don't need to worry about how it is done. It's really simple. So basically, I will show you the step by step now. This is here taik18 task, which is basically the database name here. Taik18 space task database name here. So dot map is basically the function name which you need to use, and then open bracket. And after that, if you type current, it is actually referring to the particular current row. And then the last edited time, which is on this database. And if it is, I'm formatting this to be only show date, month, and year. So I'm just taking it today's entry, not by the time as well, just taking today's month, last edited date. So I'm converting that date and time into just date and then close the bracket. So this is up till this one. And now I'm taking the list of those tasks and then sorting this by reverse order and taking this slice 0, 1, which is starting from 0, 1. Just taking starting from 0 to 1 means it will take 1 record. If it is 10 means it will take 10 records here. The top 10 record, I am sorting it on a reverse order. So on today's date, I will just taking it the first value, which is the last edited time. I'm taking the last value. For example, if I edited something today, so it will get me today's date. If I edited something on yesterday, then it will give me the yesterday's date here on this particular thing. After that, I'm just using this dot map, open bracket, and let. These are the two functions which we need to use. And then here, amazing thing, which is a variable. You can see it on the name itself, variable. We can declare a variable and then click on comma. And current is basically, it is asking the current context here and comma. I'm just using this taik18 task, the same database name, dot filter. I'm just filtering this taik18 database on the last edited column, this has to be the date of this particular variable, which is we have filtered here on the top here. So it will take the database, it will take that task and it will take the last edited time, and then it will filter based on the project and it will load the content here. So that's how it is. The last day what I edited here is going to show me the list of values here. So for example, on the project 2, if I go to the task now, we have these 3 tasks here. You can also access it from here, but you can also access it from the task option. So click on the task here, and on the project 2, this is the thing. I just want to make the status here to be in progress, not the to-do one. To-do, I will delete this. These are only on in progress now. If I go back to the projects here, now you see there were 3 lists available, and now it is just showing up here only one, because this is what I updated today actually. So even though the column, if you noticed here, the last edited time is actually not available on my real thing on the task, but those are the predefined columns available behind the scene for every databases for you. Not only that, there are other columns as well. If I click again on this one, for example, on this one, and current dot, you see these are the properties which is available here, the status, project name, and after that created by, created date time, last edited by, last edited time. These are the predefined column which is available behind the scene. We can make use of that. So that's what I'm used here, even though I've added this last week for my testing purpose. And now if I change any of the project, then it is just showing me today's date here. I just modified the formula to be 2 dot. Okay. So now it is showing me only one project here. That is really amazing thing. So it's the similar case which I did it here for the activity as well, by creating again the formula column and editing the formula here. The only change which you can notice here is the name of the database. Here I'm using taik18 activity, but everything here remains the same thing. So, and because of this, I'm getting this list of available activity here. So for example, for project 2, I'm just, this is now initial discussion with the client, right? I will just go back here now on this one. Sorry, if I go back to this project, this is initial discussion with the client on project 2. If I go to the activity now, and I will add a new record, which is basically, I'll just give a name here on today's date, which is on 23rd December. And then this is for project 2. And here, Notion YouTube video live. If I go back now to the project, on the project 2, you see this is now showing Notion YouTube video live instead of initial client discussion. So this is dynamically adding up my recent task and recent activity which I did today. And if I want to add a new task as well, clicking on this task, and if I'm adding a new task today, so clicking here and then Notion demo done. So this is, I'm studying to be in progress and adding this to be project 2. Now, if I go back to the project 1, I should see 2 tasks here. POC project done and Notion demo done. This is how amazing, right? So I can just play around. This is what I need actually. This is my perspective, how I want to visualize my productivity and my projects which I'm working on. So these are the things which I really love the most. This is not an end actually. The end is actually on our thought. So however we want, we can build up those things here. The only thing is you need to make sure how we can make use of these functionalities. I have given you the basic things. I mean, even this is are the main things which I can use here. I'm using these much of things pretty much on my regular basis, which I'm managing all my activities. And I can see it helps a lot on my productivity. If you really like this video and you want me to do many more videos on this Notion 1, please let me know in the comment section below. I'm really enjoying this product and hope you will also. If you like this video, just hit the big thumbs up button. If you're new to this channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, just hit the subscribe button and also press the bell icon to get the latest notifications. But make sure to turn on the notification on your devices. Share it with your friends and colleagues. If you have any queries and feedback, just post it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Keep learning. See you in the next video.